But everybody wants it. Why do everybody wants it? I know it's very hard to implement. It costs a fortune. It takes months, sometimes years to implement it. But I'd rather guess than I cannot imagine that you are programming with Claude the next ERP uh, vertical software for your company, or do I have a wrong impression about it?
I'm not the expert in
Yeah.
ERP systems, but what I hear and see is that you have the new kids on the block, like in Odoo, um, who also have a very good ERP system. But if you're going to very complex manufacturing site, that it's still not good enough. That it's
Yeah.
not the same as, I don't know, Microsoft and SAP.
Yeah. Okay. We're going over to the official part of the podcasts. Welcome to the Indisruptive and Friends podcast, your 30-minute traffic jam antidote where technology, strategy, and economics are mixed. No nonsense and in the right context. No geopolitical noise, no hype, no clickbait, no noise. Informal but straight to the point, sharp, relevant, and pragmatic. And every stone you might trip over has already been turned over for you. In this Automation Fast Forward series, recorded live at Innovation 2026, we sit down with Matthijs Degryse, co-founder of Gump, Sphinx, host at Transformers Talks, business developer for Intersoft Electronics, and certified expert at Vlaamse AI Academy. After having survived 6 sisters and many evolutions in industrial cloud at Ixon, he is the man we can turn to with the necessary empathy, patience, and control to know what is going on with customers in the manufacturing industry who are undergoing the race of digitization, IoT, and AI. He combines sales with intra and entrepreneurship. So, welcome, MD, the MC of the digital SME. Matthijs, is the introduction as you expected? Because you told me yesterday in your mail, but it was quite late when I was reading it that I had to introduce you myself.
Yeah, I'm always feeling a little bit bad about introducing myself to say what I'm doing, and especially if it's positive talk, it's very
For the people
difficult.
who don't know him, he's very humble,
Yeah,
but
well,
we're going to try to spar with him. So we're going to get him out of the cage.
yes, okay. So yes, the introduction is good. So if I would need to describe myself, and I tried to do it also on the email yesterday evening, I'm someone who has a lot of interests. I'm interested in a lot of things, a lot of people. I want to learn a lot. If I see an opportunity, I want to jump on it. Um, I'm very eager to learn. So that's also why the let's say the entrepreneurship in me comes out once in a while. But sometimes I'm telling people I have an expiry date of about 2 years. So after 2 years, I need to do something else.
Needs to do
Otherwise,
something else, but you're doing many things at the same time, and that combined with your family and other interests, and then the fact that you think you have an expiry time of 2 years. How are you keeping up with all that?
that's a good question. I often get that question of other
Yeah.
people. Um, I always say I'm a generalist. I'm not an expert in
Hmm.
anything, but I want to learn things. And once I think I know enough, then my interest not disappears but goes down.
Yeah.
Um, so if I want, so for at this point, I'm now very into defense industry. So I want to learn as much as possible, and I'm quite sure that once I have, it's like seen been there, done that, that it will be something else. Which
You're more of the kind of breaking open doors
yes,
with the exploration, and then otherwise, when things are progressing, leave it to the other people.
yes, indeed. But
That's a
that's a
little
little
bit,
bit the business development
yeah,
side
there's
of
a
me.
development. Yeah, that's correct. So, what's on the agenda today? I know that small and medium enterprises are struggling for the moment, certainly in manufacturing and in chemical and process industry. Um, what, in your opinion, except from geopolitical things and I would say regular tensions from European Commission and sustainability and so forth. What are you hearing in the corridors of small and medium enterprise in the industry? What are their main worries?
Well, I think it all depends of the sector where they are in, how successful the sector is, how good they are doing. What am I hearing is a lot of implementations, or technology is not the problem. Let's say the people who need to implement it, who need to integrate it, is the biggest issue. Change, pushing change is very difficult. So that's one of the biggest challenges I hear in implementation.
Is it then? Is it management who is not flexible to innovation and change, or is it people on the shop floor, or enlighten me?
Well, the alignment between all the people who are involved is very difficult. The different layers, let's say, who are involved, and to make them in the same direction, to guide them in the same direction.
Get their nose in the same direction.
It costs a lot of work, and as the technology is evolving rapidly, sometimes the things which you are implementing today are already lagging on the newest technology.
And what is your impression? Because you can have leadership who is top down deciding on change, and then they have to get everybody with the nose in the same direction, from the C levels to the work floor. Some cases you have people on the work floor from a certain department, engineering or maintenance or other activities, who try to convince bottom up through leadership to say we have to make these and these and these changes. I don't know, when you're working with small and medium enterprises, is it top down or bottom up?
Well, if you're going to small and medium enterprise, I think it's mainly top down. But I think it should always be the combination of two. So it's the management who needs to give the direction, the vision, everything what has to do about where are we heading to the next, I don't know, in technology terms, 5 years is quite long, but where are we heading to? And then the rest need to do the implementation. Okay? Which kind of technology? And along the way, you will probably, you can go bottom up to change the vision also of the management. Say, okay, you're saying we need to go that direction, but maybe what I see in the field is that we need to differ a little bit the direction and go another way. So I think it's a good combination between two. But if the top doesn't believe that there should be a vision on implementing new technologies, new digitalization paths, and so on, then I think it will bottom up. It will be very difficult because the investment needs to pass the management always.
Bottom up, even in SMEs, will be very difficult.
Well, it all depends on the vision of the management.
Yeah.
If they are like we don't have a budget, we don't to do for innovation, then it will be difficult, I believe.
Yeah. So in the case that for SMEs that they are looking to work bottom up, a certain division says this is our business case. We need to change maintenance monitoring, or I don't know, machine downtime. We have we want to buy an app for that or for that. It is quite difficult then to convince the family or the management, because they don't have a good business case, or they cannot sell it, or they cannot convince. What is your message? How should people who want to innovate in a company, how should they start in their processes of convincing what? The top then, or what should they?
I would always start with the business case.
Yeah.
Show what it can bring to the company. Show the impact of the new implementations. That this is the first step.
Do you have an example?
Oh, not immediately. I think yes, but then not. Let's say from my side, you have like there's a, I'm mainly busy with business development.
Mm-hmm.
It's new, something quite new. The organization where I'm working for now, Intersoft Electronics, I
Mm-hmm.
mentioned before, is a defense company, and from a background, let's say, defense is like old-fashioned is not the right word, but they are very good at reactive sales. A lot of good people over there who can, once you give them the challenge, they will find a solution. But in business development, you're searching.
If you mean for the people who are listening, if you mean reactive sales, you mean that they first have to get the impulse from the market and then they're going to sell. They are not. Is that what
Yes,
you mean?
that's what I mean exactly.
Yeah.
And business development is a little bit the other way around. You
Yeah.
need to do proactive sales. You need to find out.
We're
where are
opening doors
Yes.
with technologies in markets that did not quite exist yet.
Yes, or well, that did not exist yet, or not in where we are active in yet. Like to give it to give you an idea, there is something like EDF, which is European Defense Fund. You know that European Union is collecting a lot of money from
Yeah.
the different members, and they created like a funding. They
Mhm.
are creating calls, and there are, I think, for this year 9 or 10 calls with different topics.
Yeah.
And you need to find, based on those calls, you need to find the right partners to work with and to detect the opportunities of working together to get the money in.
Mhm.
But this is proactive sales. This is business development. But story what I wanted to go to was, okay, but how can you do this in a scalable way? Because internationally, finding the right path to know it, yeah, you cannot find them very easily. So I'm using tools to do that. I'm using AI to find out, okay, this is a company which we know, let's say in Belgium. I am looking for lookalike companies in that country.
Mhm.
And with that tool, I also, can you also give me the right person? Can you also give me his contact details? And then I'm doing a semi-automated outreach. And of course, depending on kind of triggers, I'm doing this automatically. But this is for a lot of salespeople a new way of working. So we need to convince also them and the management, okay, I want to implement this. This costs us a little bit of money, yes. But by doing this, I believe that the return on investment will be huge. We will set,
Can you give us our listeners an idea of the companies you're targeting then?
the companies we are targeting today are the big OEMs, the Airbuses, the Lockheed Martins, the KNDS, the companies we all hear in the news nowadays.
And then you have to get there inside to learn.
Yes, well, those organizations are quite big.
Yeah, they're like fortresses.
Yes, well, you're talking thousands of people, but how can I find the right people? So there is a tool. I'm not selling that tool, by the way.
Well, we will really like to know what the tool is.
But the tool is called Human.
Human,
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 Human without H. It's a
Human, yeah.
company from Ghent, and what the tool is doing, it's connected to LinkedIn, and you're saying, okay, I want to have. Oh, I need to start it off again. So what the tool first needs to know is what you are doing. What is
Yeah.
your company doing?
That's my profile. Yeah.
Yes. Who am I? What is our company doing? And so on. So you need to give a lot of inputs. It's AI, so they need to know who I am. And then I can give him a name, let's say Airbus, and he will scrape the internet and try to find, okay, on the news, what's happening at Airbus, what they are doing over there, and how does this match with what you are doing?
Yeah.
And he's giving me the opportunities which are connecting us both. And in that opportunity, he can also give me some names of potential stakeholders within that company.
Okay, names, and then you have to get in touch with them with email,
Yes.
with LinkedIn, because I don't suppose that email addresses are at your disposal on the net. Get in touch with somebody at Airbus,
No,
or
no.
am I wrong?
Indeed, but again, there are also other tools which are scraping the internet to find out if you're never underestimate what kind of roodkapje you have with the breadcrumbs you're leaving behind. And the breadcrumbs, that's a very dangerous things. So you can always find email addresses. You can always even find in an easy way a telephone number.
Human is a paid app or a
Yes,
paid
it's
application?
paid application.
Ah, okay.
But this is not. I'm combining.
UMAN.
Yes.
Okay.
For the listeners.
Human, but he's sponsored by Human, I suppose. And then getting serious. Question I have for you is, what are SMEs and Belgian or Flemish companies investing in right now?
What they are investing in now, I think, mostly proof of concepts with AI. And also, I'm mentioning proof of concepts because what I see is that often after proof of concepts, it's somewhere stops or they don't get to the next level. And I think the next big thing, it's already happening now, is agentic AI. We will have AI agents for everything what we're doing.
You're really talking about agents. You're not talking about the co-pilots. You're really talking about agents in that sense that they are taking autonomous decisions into a process.
Yes, but into a process, it all depends, of course, the process. But indeed, well, last year there was, I'm a collective member at Winter Circus, and there was a webinar or seminar, and there was a company, I don't know where they're from again, but I think it's from the US, and they are with 3 to 4 people, and they wanted to build all of their organization on AI agents and get up to, I think it was 300 million euro of ARR. So that's quite huge. And I think that this was just like a statement, of course. But if this is a mindset that we can do as much as possible with AI agents, because investing in other things might be very cost inefficient, or also you have some boundaries with finding right people and so on. So I believe that this could be a trend that a lot of manufacturing companies are heading off to also.
So if they do you speak then about or are you talking about some kind of platform plugin agents or developing their own agents, or how do you see what are well, I think that small and medium companies, if they want to work with agentic AI in their processes, what do you?
I think there will, well, of course, I think there will be platform. There are already platforms, and there will be integrators who are doing the custom-made things for the small and medium enterprises. The big companies will do it by themselves.
What are the main platforms?
Oh, I don't know the names.
Yeah.
I met some during Hannover Messe that were busy with it. But I think that also the big players will, the Microsoft.
The Microsoft SAPs and so on, how do you see it? Are they going to integrate those agents?
No, I think they will. So you can already do it. We are building AI agents on Copilot with our organization. So it's all already happening. You can already do it. So I think, but those platforms will be the backbone, and there will be implementation partners. So you have a lot of Microsoft partners already who will do implementations.
So people who work on the ERP of Microsoft or ERP of SAP, they will have the integrators who will occupy with making on those platforms the tailor-made.
I believe so. I think and it needs to be interoperable. Is that the right word? I don't know. Because you need interoperability. There will be a system of systems, and this needs to be managed. And that's also
That's what I think too. Because if everybody starts to make his own agents and to experiment with his own agents, you have to have something like a platform that interoperates. That said, this is the standard, and there's also maybe the updates for all the companies.
Yeah. The thing is on the why I believe there will be specifically built is that knowledge and expertise in each company is different. So you cannot have like a general AI agent who knows it all.
Mm-hmm.
So you will need to build it.
Okay. Where do you think what lies ahead, according you personally, what lies ahead of the companies? What's the future of the company? What's the next future of the companies? Do you see some changes technology wise or company size wise, of corporation wise, or ecosystem wise? Are there things you say this is really last months that you say when you're reading or when you're talking to people that you say this is something like a common interest who is growing in some certain technologies?
Not immediately. I, this is a question I cannot answer immediately, but
Mm-hmm.
what I think is that we wouldn't talk about geopolitical situations,
Yeah.
but nevertheless, this is
Nevertheless,
something what
yeah.
is happening today. This will influence the companies and the future of some companies. And what you see is that a lot of money um, is spent to innovation of new technologies within certain sectors. Yeah, I already mentioned defense industry before, but now
Yeah,
this morning there was also 2 billion euro for new energy stuff. So where the money of the government will be invested, they will be able to innovate faster.
yeah,
That's what I think.
yeah. Defense, commodities, utilities, energy are for the moment. Maybe I don't know because it's not your sector. I think medical is not directly your kind of stuff. Medical and biotech companies.
Medical manufacturing, not, but
Yeah.
I've been in with Sphinx. I spent a lot of time in the health sector, or the care sector, and what I saw there is that they are telling a lot that they are open to new technologies, but they don't have any money. So
Yeah.
and this is really a fact. So they are struggling by implementing new technologies because of the lack of money, and that it's also a decision. And this is really words of someone who told me we rather invest in the well-being of our people because we have lack of people today instead of investing in technology. Because if the people would disappear, our sector is going down again. So I think there should be, if there would be more money and maybe also more time to test things, then the health sector would become, but then more the care sector would
Yeah,
be.
more than the hospitals and
No.
things like that. Yeah, of course. Um, what are your giveaways to people who are listening to this podcast? Takeaways, giveaways to people who are visiting, in this case, Indonesian, but also on the level of digitization. Are there some thoughts you say I would like to give that away to people as things to talk about or things to take action?
Well, I think one of the things that I'm always telling to everyone and also to my kids, always be curious, try to find out what are people doing and why are they doing it. And as I have been here in the innovation as an exhibitor before, well, once nobody knew us, and then I was always telling my colleagues, yeah, you should just talk to them and the pathway too, because they are here for a reason. They want to learn things. So, as an exhibitor, as an visitor, always talk to the exhibitors because they have something to say. They want to present something. It doesn't mean that you need to buy something. Just
Don't be afraid.
don't be afraid. Just
Yeah.
learn. You're here to learn. So, and on yeah, on general level, again, also always be curious. Try to figure out things, and if you do something, go all the way. I mean, if you want to test something, test it profoundly that you can make a real good decision, and not just we are testing three kind of things and we are doing like a side business. No, go all the way, and only then you will be able to decide if something is good or not.
All the way, fully dedicated, and take your time. to have considered all the options, all the possible options. Okay. Um,
What would you tell, Karel?
what would I tell? Is it to exhibitors or to visitors? I think it's a little bit the same opinion I have to visitors anyway. I'm a Belgian. I'm not from. We also organize exhibitions in Holland, in the Netherlands, and I always say to customers, also to exhibitors, you have to know that there is a difference between a Belgian visitor of an exhibition and a Dutch visitor of an exhibition. Uh, and it's also the same for Dutch exhibitors. I always have here on the Indonesian Dutch exhibitors who say to me, Carl, I wonder how it comes when we are speaking to somebody in the hallway. He's running away.
Yeah.
And I say, yeah, that's a Belgian visitor. On the other way, or on the other hand, you have Dutch visitors who visit the Belgian exhibition, and it's the same. It's the same effect. They come out of the hall path, and they start to talk about things that do not necessarily are present at the booth. But that's the difference, I think, between. Belgians and Dutch people.
Mm.
It is, and then I follow your curve that you are saying you should not. Maybe you should more follow the Dutch way. Start to talk about something, even on a boot. Learn to know each other, and you always have to learn something. You don't have to think that everybody has to sell something to anybody, and you never know what that conversation you had will reproduce in the future in other companies.
Yeah, and also to go more in it, what I did always was, can I ask you, or can I tell you something about the company? Yes, what are you doing? But can you just first tell yourself, what are you doing here? What
Yeah.
are you looking for?
Yeah.
Why are you at animation? And then they start to talk, and you're discovering what their challenges are. And if you don't have a
For the
solution,
salespeople who are following at the exhibition, he's giving now some tips also for the people in the booth.
no, but it is really a fact that if you can help someone else, if you are not able to help, then I going quite fast through, this is our offering, blah, blah, blah. But you can talk to that person. He has a solution for you, or he has a potential solution for you. So you're not only, you're creating like a kind of bond because you're trying to help someone. And we are all
That's
here
correct.
to help. Huh?
That's correct. I think business is more in partnerships and ecosystems. And if you are a part of a solution of a problem, or a part of the solution of the problem, it would be very nice also to point the guy you are talking to say, that guy has another part of the puzzle of the solution. And that's how business is done, and as you say, interoperability, that people are doing business one with another. What about your podcasting? I'm anxious to know what your next plans are.
Well, that's a good question. Well, last year we decided a little bit choose your battles. Okay, what are we doing? When we started the podcast, we were telling, okay, how do you combine everything? And that was one of the things that we decided. Okay, maybe we should put it a little bit on hold. But now there's already one podcast planned again, and I know there are some people that I would like to talk to also in the podcast. So probably we will do it over again, but in a lower pace.
Yeah, I'm awaiting to your next podcast because I was always enchanted by your podcasts, and I was wondering why. I know you have a lot on your mind, but yeah, maybe to keep on choosing that battle, or just as we talked, that people should partner with each other and not have their own brand. Maybe brands would work together. Anyway,
that's even a good idea.
Maybe that's a good idea because we can all learn for each other, and the public enjoys the exponential growth of people with some specialties who are working together, and maybe we bring better quality for people who are already flooded with podcasts.
Yeah, what could be like you're combining podcasts so that you every time have a different host,
Yeah.
so that you can do it together. You keep it alive together because you know what it is. If you're doing it by yourself, you invest a lot of time in it, and a podcast is not paid. You see it in your network. This is something, of course, which has value, but you're not paid for it. So the time you're investing, it's because you like to do it.
Yeah, that's maybe it's a suggestion that you have podcasts who are specialized in investment. You have podcasts who are specialized in science, or in automation, or in digitalization. Maybe it's a possibility that you have a table like this, and you have 4 podcasters and 1 or 2 partners to talk about, and each is asking his questions or starting a dialogue from his specialty. So we have a more in one podcast also for the listener. You have multi-dimensions. You can talk about investing, you can talk about economics, you can talk about change management, you can talk about technology, and then you have all in once in 30 minutes. Maybe I am too naive for my age, but
sounds like a plan.
Sounds great. So for the people who have any suggestions, we're always open for this. Thanks, Matthijs. Always a pleasure to have you, such a sparkling sparring partner on my podcasts.
Thanks for having me.
So, what's next for Matthijs Degryse? His new plans. Matthijs has always new plans, I suppose.
Yes, but my plan is now to get some stability. So the coming, I think, 2 to 3 years, I'm quite fixed, let's say. But the thing is, I have some ideas, and sometimes if I have an idea, I want to have it executed.
I know.
So maybe something will happen in the future. We'll see.
Okay. All right. Thank you very much for being here, Matthijs. And to our listeners, more on Indisruptive and Friends on YouTube and Spotify. And please don't click the like button. Be a big boy or a great girl. Hit the subscribe button. Okay, thank you. Bye.